Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Friendster, SoundCloud. It's your boy Tone202, and here's another episode of the NBA is Fixed. And I think they're going to talk about Russell Westbrook. And I'll tell you what you got. I tell you guys what I think when it's over.
Russell Westbrook will sign an extension Thursday with OKC. Interesting timing, given the Olympics right around the corner. Everybody's moving on. The stage is kind of cleared for him to have this moment. How did this come together, Ramon?
Well, as soon as Kevin Durant said he was leaving, the Thunder took a breath and then gave Russell Westbrook a couple of days to think about this, about making a commitment to stay at least beyond this season. Obviously he could have re-signed for longer than this, but the fact that Russell Westbrook has agreed to play in Oklahoma City for 2 years beyond this is a big win for the Oklahoma City Thunder at a time when obviously they were reeling from the loss of Kevin Durant.
Can you give us any insight? And I realize that asking to get inside Russell's mind is a tricky thing to.
It's not tricky. It's all about money.
Sure.
I think the perspective from the outside, everyone just presumed he was going to just say, all right, the heck with this, I want to go elsewhere. Was there a specific pitch or something that appealed to him?
Money.
About staying where he's been building.
Okay, let's stop right there. Because she's about to say a whole bunch of stuff, gobbledygook. And we'll play it, but this is on World Star Hip Hop, by the way, but it all equals out to money. So, okay. OKC got scared because Russell Westbrook is coming up for a free agent. And it's the same thing that they've done to Dirk. This is the same thing they've done to every other free agent out there who has a big name. All of them signed for massive, massive contracts. It's been happening all week. This is the way it goes. This is the nature of the beast. But what they did was they retained him for a couple more years. And his contract is like 85 point some odd gross $1 million. It's just crazy. I don't know how much he gets up front, but I know it's huge. And I think it's for 2 years after this year or something like that. Nonetheless, we'll play it some more. But it's just all about money. It's just a bunch of prima donnas. Here's what's really something. Russell Westbrook needed help to get to the playoffs. He needed help. And Kevin Durant was his help. I mean, that was Batman and Robin right there. That was it. They were a dynamic duo for OKC. And now you don't have your other half. Now it's just Robin. And it's like you just paid him a colossal amount of money just to get him to stay. But we gotta also consider the cap space. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to consider that as as people watching this, going, oh, that's a whole lot of money. And then you look at the cap space. You gotta understand that Kevin, for one, Russell signed for almost $86 million. Kevin Durant signed a 2-year deal for $54.3 million with Golden State. You know what I mean? Dirk just signed a $50 million deal for the next 2 years. LeBron James is going to be, I think, like $25 million a year. It's going to be up there too. And so on and so on and so on. You guys see what I mean here. But nonetheless, I think they overpaid is what I think, what it boils down to. I think they did it just to keep a really good player on their team, but he is not the apex player. And I think they're going to be disappointed because they're going to have a winning season. There's no doubt about that. But will they go to the playoffs and win? No. They could have easily took that money and cut that contract in half and went and got somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And talk sexy to D-Wade or whoever, even though D-Wade is already in Chicago. But you guys know what I'm saying. So we'll play some more of it. But it's just a soap opera.
And if you know Russell Westbrook even a little bit, I think when he had the opportunity to have his own team, that's a very appealing thought for him. I think the question was not whether he wanted to stay this year. I think he definitely wanted to stay this year and see what it was going to be like with his team, having it be only his team, right? It's on his shoulders now. But the Thunder,
see, it's on his shoulders.
You can't just let it be this year and have you get free agency. That is too precarious of a position for him to be in.
That's what they were trying to do.
Russell was willing to make a commitment to at least 1 year beyond this. I still have a player option, in that third year of this deal. And so let me be clear in explaining this contract.
So it's a 2-year contract.
Basically like saying to Russell, hey, take $8 million more this season, and then we'll extend you for 2 years, but he'll have a player option for the 2018-2019 season.
See what I mean?
One more guaranteed year that he is in Oklahoma City beyond this year. But this is if you're the Oklahoma City Thunder, getting one more year is a big win after you just got left at the altar by Kevin Durant.
Chris, what more details can you tell us on this?
I can tell you a whole bunch of details.
Well, the sides have been talking for the past few weeks, and obviously Oklahoma City really wants to get it done. And I'm told that they are very close to a deal, to an agreement. Could get done within the next 48 hours. Now, my source cautioned me that, look, they've seen close deals not happen before, but they feel pretty good right now about the chances of the Thunder getting this done. So it looks like if everything works out for them, they'll have Russell Westbrook signed for the 2 years after this season. His third year would be at a player option, and basically that would allow him to become a free agent again. And
you know it's going to happen.
Completing 10 years of service, and that allows him to get even a higher max contract.
Exactly. Okay, so when I was talking about the contracts of Nowitzki, and I was what I call going away contracts, it's just like when the Spurs, when Duncan finally decided to, go, he decided to retire. He had this really crazy contract, and then when he left, they gave him $5.6 million, as a going away gift. So what they do is they ramp up these contracts at the end of the ball player's career, and they give these ball players sign for these ridiculous amount of money in like 2 years, 3 years, and that's what Westbrook is doing. And I'm telling you, people, I think the chess pieces are this. This is what I'm looking at. Kevin Durant leaving wasn't a mistake, wasn't. So when Kevin Durant left, it put a gap in OKC. Okay, fine. It also, when the fans look at this, they're like, oh, who are we gonna have now to take us all the way? So they ramp up with Russell Westbrook. They give him the money they would have gave Durant, pretty much. And then after the third year, he can turn around and make another colossal amount of money. But for one, I don't think that's going to happen. I think what he's going to do is he's going to end up leaving. And then I think at that end of that 2 years, I think Kevin Durant is going to come back to OKC. And then after, and this was in a 5-year span, look how this is going. Look how they play with you. And within a 5-year span, I think Russell Westbrook is going to leave OKC and come back. And Kevin Durant will be on OKC again within a 5-year span. And I think it's all drama. That's what I think is going to happen. You heard it here first. Within a 5-year span, I think it's all drama. They're just moving around chess pieces. Now, somebody can go ahead and call me out on that. I don't mind. But I'm telling you, this is all just a game within a game, and they're just playing us. And that's all that's to it now. You can listen to a little bit more of this nonsense, but he pretty much hit the nail on the head.
That's the reason for the player option.
Yeah,
that's the reason for the early bird contract.
At this point, is some grainy home.
By the way, LeBron James' early bird contract, he was able to get in between $27 and $30 million. Okay, just think about that. Just think if Russell Westbrook, because his contract is like like 80 something. Just think in his third year, he's a free agent. If he uses the early bird contract clause, he can get another 27 to 30 million for that year, and then turn around and do it again the next year if he decides to stay, or leave for another team and sign for like another 50, 60 million. I mean, it's just, and then turn around in the fourth year after he goes and plays for whoever. He signs for a 2-year contract. Remember I said within the 5-year span. He signs for that 2-year contract, turns around, bang, comes back, they pay him another colossal amount, boom, he's done. Don't forget he's in his 10th year. So what I'm saying, after he comes back after that 5th year, he signs for one of these crazy $50 million a year, boom, 2 years, he's done. Russell Westbrook plays for maybe 16, 17 years. He leaves OKC, comes back to OKC, he's done. That's what I think is going to happen.
Video and him laughing when asked about Kevin Durant. What are you hearing is the biggest reason that he not only listened to this deal,
the league, that Russell Westbrook would leave, that he would go to the Lakers,
See?
not to the Lakers, then to the New York Knicks. But that was speculation coming outside of the organization.
Which is setting us up.
Other teams just kind of reading the tea leaves and looking at Westbrook's personality, his interest in fashion, the fact that he's from Los Angeles. And they were kind of trying to put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
But Westbrook himself, nor anybody in his camp, his agent, nobody ever said he wanted to leave Oklahoma City.
It doesn't matter.
Obviously, he feels good about the basketball team there, and he's up for the challenge of trying to get this team to win, even without Kevin Durant.
I guarantee you guys that Russell Westbrook is going to leave after the 3rd year. I guarantee he goes to another team for 2 years and he comes back after the 5th year. It's your boy Tone 202. The NBA is fixed. I'm out.